Hello.
Hello.
Nice to be back again. Okay, before that, let us have some time to share on our Facebook while we wait for you guys to come back in, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna do something different this week. I have my baby here. Okay, if you know and you believe in the power of crystals, so this is a selenite wand, a spiral wand. Okay, it is really very powerful. I've been using this for meditation. I've been using this to do channeling as well. So for some of us who does channeling, message channeling, right, and portal opening, okay, this is really very powerful. You can literally feel it. So just right before we start the video, we did shielding as well. We shield ourselves with white light energy, and I was just using this to channel. I can literally feel that it's really a kind of like a spiral kind of thing, you know, that you're going into. Yeah. Oh well. Those who get it, you will understand what I say. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do now is, before we start the video running and the discussion, I'm going to cleanse the energy and to do a blessing for everybody. Whoever joins us in our discussion, you will feel this good vibe energy. All right. So, okay. So now I'm cleansing whatever kind of negative low vibe energy that you have gone through the day. Just leave it outside the door. Don't bring it into your heart. Let it cleanse it off. Take it off your mind and just be open to do the sharing. All right. As I spiral this, it spiral away all the bad energy, the low vibe that you've experienced for the day. In exchange, that you're going to step into a high energetic ground now for a good energy exchange moment. Yeah.
Thank you.
Blessing.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, hello everyone. And
Hello,
welcome.
spiritual family.
Yes. Welcome to Connected Soul. I'm Crystal.
I'm Winnie.
So we are a Singapore-based platform that produces conscious media and high energy product to connect you to your inner self and to discover who you really are on the inside. So why do we need to connect to our inner self?
It is to find your higher purpose in life, okay? And to understand the importance of self-love, self-awareness, and to develop the peace of mind, ability to recenter your emotion, relationships, and the most important is to connect yourself to the divine energy, the divine source, which is the universe. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we have experienced, and we feel the need to share this out, share this good energy, this love to everybody. All right. So more about us. We are live every Thursday.
Yes.
So timing probably in the other side, maybe US, probably is about 10:30.
Around there.
10:30. Yeah. So for Singapore, our timing is 11:30. So we try to do sharing at about 11:30 every week, Singapore time. So do check what is the time zone at your end, okay? We welcome you whichever part of the world we are from. Please leave us a comment, share with us, interact with us during this live, all right? So we are also on the other social media platform as well. So you can find us on Instagram.
Yep.
YouTube, okay, and we have a newly launched.
We have an Etsy store. So all the links are in the caption. So please do check out the links and subscribe to us so that you can constantly be updated with our latest events and products that we are sharing.
Yes. And I remember last week we said that we actually wanted to share our individual TikTok account, and I think we forgot to leave the link there. So we'll
do that later.
Okay. Because you need to see us at the other fun side. Okay?
Yes. We are always fun. We try to make. Oh well.
See the dance coming?
It's an inside joke. So pardon us.
Okay.
Right. So today we are going to talk about starseeds.
Yes.
Where are all my starseeds family? Come on.
Before that, let me do something else. I am. Ta-da! Can you see? Good vibe.
vibes.
All right, everybody, take this. Good vibe for you. Okay, this is our moon charged water. All right, it is infused with great energy of the moon and also crystals that we have put inside here. And most importantly, there's also essential oil as well. These are not synthetic essential oil, okay?
These are therapeutic grade essential oils. So we infuse that with, we use the moon water.
That's right.
Okay, we harness the moon energy. We put it under, we put the water under the full moon, charged under the full moon, and we infuse it with therapeutic grade essential oils, and we added crystals.
And most importantly, before we do bottling, we actually set intention for all bottles, okay? I am going to share a lot on this because I'm currently using intention, okay? So
Smells so good.
I still use my fragrance, whatever I like, you know, but for intention, right? So it's just right before I get out of the house. Shake this, please shake, please shake, please shake, because it's oil and water. You know what happens, right? Okay, shake that, and I will focus and I will set the intention for the day. Okay, what I want to achieve financially, career, spiritually, and the people that I meet, what I can give to them as well. You know, it's just so simple. I set intention, I set it, and I start spraying.
So this
and
is
I smell fabulous.
Precisely, because this is specially used for manifesting, you know, good stuff into your life. So intention, which Winnie is using, it's really, how should I put it? Magical.
Correct.
Yeah, because it's sort of like manifest things like a little bit more quicker.
It's well, today is her sharing that she's getting a bit nervous. And I will also one day, when I'm ready, I will share my sharing. Something that I manifested and I wasn't expecting it. It was like, oh my good Lord. And I think many of you will be very interested to find out more about twin flame and soulmate. Okay? Not today. I will tell you another day. Love potion, okay? Love potion. So we do have like 7 types now that we are selling because we like to share this energy out. You can definitely go to our Etsy store and order, okay? Wherever you are, we are able to do the delivery if the courier sends there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a problem. Okay?
So if you have any questions, please feel free to check with us. And all the links are on the caption. So,
and we have this as well. So this is the 8 crystals. Okay, so this is a high vibe crystal tube. Okay, so this is very, very limited. We don't have a lot for this. And also, you could check our stall. We have T-shirts as well. Very interesting T-shirt that we designed. See, there's so many faces of us.
Yes. Yeah. So please support us and you know give us more feedback, as in the things that you would like to see. Whether in terms of products or the content that we put out on our social media page. And yeah, so feel free, you know.
Anybody coming in? Okay, let's just wait a little longer. Let me see if I could actually do some sharing again to other pages. Oh, it's taking a while to approve. I see why. But very strange, my watch party is gone.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Well, I don't know what's...
Okay, never mind. I shall post it. Oh, I think it's just us. Okay, Ken.
Oh, hi, Winnie.
Hello.
I'm just wondering if we have people viewers in Asia. If you are based in any part of Asia, please, you know,
don't be shy to interact with us. I mean, we deliberately, find this time, and there are so many exciting things we want to share.
Yes.
Anyway, how long do you need to do your order later?
5 minutes.
我自己称一下。
Okay.
Today you're gonna have probably some different thing about us as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And last week we did talk about something else that we like to start, which is besides the every Thursday live sharing, right? We want to create more content for you guys, and also recently we also found like some short video which is really interesting, and it really just hits right at the nail.
Yeah.
Like for example, the people they interact with. Don't think that everybody who comes into your life,
Yeah.
they are
Just to, how should I put it? Like,
not everyone who comes into your life are meant to be in your life, you know. So some people are really just here for the sake of pulling you down as a person. So you need to differentiate. Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are like some really interesting quote that, in fact, I actually saw like Jim Carrey, Will Smith. They shared all this thing, you know. So which is so real, you know. Yeah, and it just sets me thinking. It is so right. I mean, think about the people that you meet in your life. Some people you just, especially when you are starting to be more energetically sensitive, right?
yeah.
You need to acknowledge that. I think it's so important. There are some people you meet for the first time. You'll sense something is
Yeah.
it's not there, it's not right, you know. If you feel that there's a slightest slightest discomfort about, you can't pinpoint what it is. Let me tell you,
Usually
it's energy.
It's the kind of vibration that
yeah.
the other party is giving you. So because we are conscious being,
Correct.
so we naturally will pick up certain vibration from the surrounding. So I think when the so-called sixth sense is telling you that, hey, this person might be, up to something, or might not be a good person per se. So you always trust that instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't deny, don't turn down that voice that tells you something.
It's just very simple, you know, because there will be times that you start to doubt yourself. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm a bit sensitive. Precisely, you are sensitive, but you must understand that this sensitivity, right, is not an emotion sensitivity. It is an energy sensitivity, which is so important.
Yeah.
Okay, we are all energetic beings. We all vibrate different energy.
Yeah.
And we must always find our tribe who vibrates at the same level, if not higher.
And I think we have been sharing this in the past few videos.
Yes.
That, certain people in our life, just without saying anything, they just disappear. Or we just simply disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really believe that it is because the period of time where we were connected,
Vibrating at the same.
correct, at the same level. But because probably that person's mission in your life has completed.
Yep.
So that's how things just start to fade away, and and then you start to meet
sometimes
some new people,
and sometimes with those people that you mentioned, right, they completed the mission and then they just suddenly disappear.
Yeah.
And you feel, and you don't understand why, because you kind of like, we clicked so well, everything was so good, was just magical, was fabulous, and why it suddenly just gone?
Yeah.
Because you know what, they could be your soulmate. And we can have many soulmates in our life. Okay, not all soulmates are romantically attached. So, like I say, this topic we shall save it for next round.
it's going to be very
interesting.
Yes.
You really like. I mean, you would have, if you vibrate at a certain energy, right? You will be able to identify who are the soulmates that you have met in your life.
Yeah.
Who are maybe the twin flame that you may have met in your life as well, who is, okay? And also, is there a karmic cycle or karmic partner that you have in your life as well.
Yeah.
You know, so all this, it is not like, I would say, ultimately essential to know, but it is definitely good to know. So you know yourself better, know yourself deeper.
Yeah.
It is that important. Yeah.
But that also means that you have to be conscious enough to realize what's going on, instead of like saying like, why is this happening, you know, why, you know, my friend just walked away and we are no longer talking and things like that. So there's always a reason. You don't need to know the reason, but you just need to be conscious enough to understand that it has happened and
We move on.
move on. Correct. Yeah.
It is so important to move on in life, okay? You know, one day will come, trust me. We are going to discuss and talk about our awakening journey, okay? Yes.
Do you want to know? Want to know?
And especially for those of us who are very, very familiar or heard of the term dark night of the soul. So, and that is almost like the longest phase during the awakening journey. Okay,
Yeah.
it is the most painful and longest. But honestly, how long you want it to stay, it really depends on you. It can just go off really very fast.
Yeah.
And it can also be as long as 10 years, 20 years. If we choose not to let go of certain things.
Do you think that it is because how much that person...
Hold on to the ego.
Correct.
The ego needs to die. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And it's almost like when the ego dies, right? You almost feel the loss like a grief, really. And you're just not aware where this grief comes from.
Yeah.
It is a very, very scary feeling because there's so much uncertainty
Yeah.
that you just cannot pinpoint where is this feeling from. It is so deep, it is so dark, and it is so uncertain. They don't even know what's your future. You don't even think about the future. Because once you are awakened and once you have gone through the journey of the dark night of the soul, you must and will only focus on being in presence.
Yeah.
So that's why, that is the transformation. Hence, that's why you become unsure of the future. Because the future withholds itself. What needs to be known and what needs to be worked on 100% is the present.
Yeah. So there you go.
I hope all this makes sense.
In fact, we just have so much to share, but I mean,
we intended to, like today, start at 11 and then probably end before 12, but no, it doesn't seem like it. Today it seems like we have a lot to chat because I'm still waiting for people to join us. Come on, everybody.
so
Okay, join us, and I really want to have a good chat, interaction with everyone, because ultimately we want to move to also doing live chats on TikTok or on YouTube, on Instagram, so I think that will be really nice to see us around, and also have just an interaction, because I mean, like IG, right, Instagram, we can do like anytime, and also we want to start another content that we talked about just last week, which is being real. Okay, so even though, like I say, right, even though being an awakened being, we still need to be real. What are the things that we still face in our 3D world? Okay, I think someone just joined us.
hello.
Hello, we have been waiting for you. Say hi, please. We'd like to see where you are from, because we are actually in Singapore and it's like 12 p.m. in the afternoon, and I know that it's probably at night at the west, the other side of the world. So very, very glad that you joined us. Yes. So today we are going to talk about Starseed. Okay.
Yes.
And it's okay. So we are. Do you want to start, or shall we hold a little?
I think let's just get down to the topic. So Starseed.
Do you all know what is the meaning of Starseed? Okay. It sounds really, really abstract. In fact, right, when
Well, when you first told me about Starseed, right? Okay, let's talk about the beginning. Right.
give a background.
Yeah. So I wasn't. I didn't even. I mean, I've never heard about Starseed. I don't even know what was it until one day she was sharing this with me, and she told me that I could be a Starseed.
I don't even know what's a starseed, honestly. It was just, you know, when you start to have this awakening journey, right? And your higher purpose start to reveal to you. And that was during the COVID lockdown. Okay, so literally we go nowhere, right?
Yeah.
So I was meditating a lot on daily basis, and I just have this very strong sense that there's something else for me to do here. It is not just what I see on the surface. It's not just the business plans that we have, you know. There is a higher purpose.
Yeah.
And I wasn't very sure what it was. So I kept meditating, you know, just being in silence and focus. And my mind was asking, so what's my higher purpose? I feel there's something else for me to do. Then it came to me about empath. So I do recognize that it was so obvious I am an empath. And also light worker as well. So I went to research on all this thing, and then I was trying to feel, hey, is she one of, you know, empath, light worker kind of thing. But then it got like a little bit, it feels a bit different. Then this thing came to me, Starseed, and I started to do a bit of research. I'm like, oh my god, it sounds like what she told me, you know. So what were the things or the signs that you experienced that I told you that you you may be a Starseed?
Because
Initially, you found it a bit absurd, right?
Correct, yeah. So I also went to look up like what is Starseed all about, and what are the signs that shows that you are a Starseed. So I mean, coming from my personal experience, since I was very young, I'm just have such passion and interest in everything occult. Yeah. So I even read books about tarot readings, divination, and even like, you know, Chinese, like, you know, feng shui and that kind of stuff. A lot of mental physics topics that really intrigues me, and I just bought like a whole different books just to read out and to understand more. And one thing that I would say, one of the signs is that I really love stars. Yeah. So when I was very young as I think maybe I was like 4 or 5 years old, my aunt and I would stand by the window and just look out at the night sky and just count the stars. And every time when I was like in that moment, that I feel so much peace.
Homely.
Correct. I feel so much peace. Yeah. I mean, homely, maybe I was too young to understand, but as I grow older, I do feel that I'm like a misfit. Yeah. Okay, this is something which I really hardly share with anyone, because I all along I thought that it's like a self-esteem kind of issue. So I do feel that I'm always a misfit. So even though I'm in a group, or even though I hang out with some friends, whether it's close friend or just acquaintance, I just feel that, I mean, even though we can talk really well, but the sense of misfit is just there. And a lot of times I just feel that probably I'm just, you know, having some self-esteem issues, and, you know, maybe I just feel like, you know, just some ego thing going on. And until I read about the signs that you may be a starseed, I'm like, oh, okay. So I tick off quite a few of that checklist. So yeah, I think I'm a starseed.
I think it got more apparent, especially when you start doing deeper research, right? And also she had a high interest in finding her tribe.
Yeah.
So be it like, you know, some YouTube videos whereby there are videos posting about Starseed and the sharing. So that was like when she started to send or share more with me. It's like, oh my God, I really see a lot. And every single starseed talk about one thing: misfit. They are all misfit. And it was also because when I was talking about I know what my higher purpose in this earth plane is. Hello, you're back.
Hi, Erin.
Yeah, so we're talking about, how she found out that she's a starseed. And she always have this feeling of misfit. And it was then I was asking so much about, the universe, what's my higher purpose? And I knew and I found out what was my higher purpose. And it made her feel worse. She was like, I don't even know what's my purpose here. What am I supposed to do here? And I've got a very, very strong message and feeling that her purpose here is very simple, because she is simple, all right? Like, people like empath, like worker. We have a lot of things to do, okay? So, starseed, you are a star. So for her, right, I told her, do you feel like sometimes when you walk into some place, right, amongst your friend, you literally feel the glow. It's like an energetic glow. Your people around you feel, hey, hi, quite happy to see her. She's like, yeah, I think so. I say, yeah, because that's your purpose.
There's been a few times where my friends would say that I'm like the star of the party.
You see? Yeah, it is. So when I start telling
I'm like,
her,
huh? What?
Yeah, and there was so many during then, right? It was very interesting because there was so many messages channeling to her. That I keep telling her, your purpose, you're a star. So you must know star illuminates on its own. Your energy illuminates on its own. So your purpose is just literally being present. Just be yourself. Stay high vibe all the time. Because starseed, right?
True.
Starseed, you are actually a very high vibrational energy. Just being nosy and want to come to the earth.
Oh well, we come to the earth for a specific change mission.
It's a very, very noble, very, very high mission, okay? It is to awaken this whole, correct. It's to spread the love and the light. You're right, Erin.
You're right, Erin.
It is. So after she found out, right, and she started to think about, things that her friends say and things that, I channeled to her, she's like, I'm a starseed. And to the point, she actually could recognize which planet she's from.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah. Syrian. Is it Syrian? Something like that.
I will
see,
A or
I'm
B.
like,
Yeah.
I'm totally, I don't know.
I'm still exploring to to identify which planet or which galaxy that I came from. So that's why I just want to really connect to some other starseeds.
Actually, Erin, I
find
also
out
feel
more.
that you're a starseed.
Erin, are you a starseed?
Okay, there's something very interesting about is that I can really, you ask me how, I don't know, but then about this.
He said me too.
Yes, I told you, I keep telling you, I feel Erin's a starseed. Erin, we've been talking about you the whole week. Because, after the video, right, there was such a strong energetic connection. We just felt something. So we were like, I think Erin's a starseed. I could feel it. Yeah. Erin, do you meditate? Because I've got this kind of like a very strong message to share with you.
She has a message for you.
You need to meditate consistently. There is something for you. Okay? That's how I found out a lot of things about myself, my awakening journey, the answers that I was looking for. So please, do meditate every day. And there's also something for you that you need to meditate and release. Okay, and that's when you are going to, the ascension is waiting for you. Okay, yeah, I just have a very strong feeling. It keeps appearing in my mind, ascension. It is waiting for you. Once you let go of something, cleanse that part of the energy, and you will see a huge difference. Okay, ta-da! Exhibit A. It's magical. All this, I think, is really very magical. When awesome. I don't know what it is. I just have a message to share with you. Okay.
Wow.
this is about, because some time ago, right, I was just wondering, I know I have a certain kind of like this psychic ability, and I was wondering what it was. Then it came to me about claircognizant. That's one. Because I realized, like, currently I'm doing a spiritual life coaching course, and the content that I'm going through, every single part of it, I'm like, I know, but I keep asking myself, why do I know? You know, so then I got this message.
You're meant
because
to,
claircognizant. I've already downloaded all this thing, you know, from the other dimension. So, which is a very interesting, very, very new, very fascinating journey. If you choose to face this whole journey, right, with lots of anticipation, high energy, it's such a beautiful journey, I have to say. But if people who choose to face this with a lot of fear, I don't know what's going to happen, you know, what am I supposed to expect, how, then it became, you will just fall off to the 3D dimension and the low vibe, okay? So we must always keep ourselves, whatever we are doing, at a high vibe.
Yep.
Yes. Right.
So I need to be excused for 5 minutes.
Is it 12 yet? Get
I
ready.
need to,
Oh, okay.
2 minutes to
my
12.
phone is my watch is like 53. Please go.
Okay.
So I
will come back in a while.
I shall have the screen to myself. She's crawling out of the screen. Okay. Right. So I was sharing, right? And the other thing that I also start to notice a lot more, which is what do you call that? Clairvoyant? I think so. Yeah, so I actually do channel quite a lot of things, because when you feel that, or rather say when you accept that, you know, you want to be a vessel to channel message, right? You are ready to be used as a vessel to channel message, it will happen. And like for myself and Crystal, right, something very interesting about is that we are actually each other's divine messenger. Okay, things that we have been asking and not telling each other, and somehow or other we will pick it up energetically. For example, like yesterday, she was just sharing with me about a karmic cycle. Okay, so like I say, we will know that, you know, whether we have, when you meditate enough, you know, and it will be quite clear to you gradually whether you have any karmic cycle that you need to clear off. And karmic cycle, in a way, you can't avoid it, okay? You need to just get through with it. But that doesn't mean that you need to get through for the whole life, okay? It doesn't mean so. So we both feel that it is kind of about time that this karmic cycle, right, needs to end. And we are not aware when it's going to end. So yesterday she posted me this question, or rather say she just made a notion to me. She said, I want to know how to break this karmic cycle of mine. That's all she said. And can you believe that? I'm like, right, I also feel that it's important for you to break this karmic cycle so that you can ascend further, right? So the next thing happened is that when I open up TikTok, and the first video that came out was exactly what it was, how to break karmic cycle. And she came to my mind immediately. And I just like sent to you, you know. And she said, oh my good Lord, this is like right in my face. I say, yep, that's the message that the universe has for you, okay? So what I want to share with all of us is that never feel that you're like we are alone, okay? Must always remember that the divine energy, the divine power is within us as well. So we just need to be within, connect within. That's why Connected Soul exists. That is for you to connect with your inner self, okay? So that you can seek the answer within. And if you have heard of this term, because initially when I was so-called, you know, in my awakening journey, right, I was so curious about so many things. I was so unsure about so many things, you know. And I was told this statement by many people. Every one of these people, they do not know each other, right? They keep telling me this. You will know it when the time is right, or you will know it when you know it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What? And the next thing is that the teacher appear when a student is ready. So I'm like, what philosophy is this? What are you talking about? You know? So then I started to meditate. Of course, I meditate more and trying to say that, who is this teacher that you're talking about? Where is this teacher going to appear? And one fine day, I've got, you know, when you start downloading things, you literally feel that someone has kind of like said something to your mind, that you just got all this thing imprint in your mind. You know exactly what it is. So that's where the teacher appears, when the student is ready. Okay? So we all do not need to seek out to find a mentor, a master, you know, a master who is probably certified in whatever, to be able to learn something. No. And it is always important that you seek within first, because when you are very connected with the divine energy, the inner self of yours, you will definitely be able to know the answer that you're supposed to know. You'll definitely be able to do the mission that you are set forth to be here on earth to do. Every one of us are here for a mission. So like we say, today we want to talk a lot more about Starseeds, right? Because I was telling Crystal that I wanted to do a little interview about her. And recently she has just probably 2-3 weeks ago, she has a very unusual encounter. And prior to that, right, she was telling me that she has been having this ringing sound in her ear for the longest time. And when she told me that, right, I told her, Crystal, your planet is connecting with you. She's like, no way you're telling me things like that. It sounds so insane. It sounds so out of the world. I said, yeah, it's out of this world. It is not here. It is your planet trying to send a frequency to connect with you. And she was like, I don't understand this, you know. She actually went to see a doctor for the ringing in her ear because she really thought that there was something wrong, okay? So when she went to the doctor, right, apparently, as you would guess it, she's just healthy, nothing wrong with her, you know. So there will be signs that you can pick up. Aaron, have you ever got this ringing sound in your ear? Because I actually did a fair bit of some research on Starseed, though I'm not a Starseed, but I'm just really interested, you know. So many of them actually said that they had this experience whereby they will hear a very subtle ringing sound in the ear before. Yeah, so it was very interesting. And recently I also read something about light language, okay, which I have no clue. I was like, what is this light language? I don't understand at all. And I saw this on TikTok, this lady, she posted a video of what her 12 years old daughter wrote. It's just some really very interesting, very weird scribbling. And she called it the light language. And her daughter was able to translate it, you know. So it was like out of this world for me. So when I showed it to Crystal, right, she looked at me and she said, I've written something like that when I was a kid. I'm like, my God, how can you not tell me that you're a starseed? You have all the signs, you know. It is so obvious. And right now, the starseeds, right, you will probably feel this very strong energy of so-called your, whichever planet you're from, okay, it is calling you. That's why you will sort of like receive some messages, okay, in a lot of form, definitely not in word, because starseeds, you go a lot by frequency, energetic frequency, and which if we are not starseed, we probably can't pick up at all. We are vibrating at a different kind of energy frequency, okay? So I have actually seen quite a number of articles that the starseeds are getting all this picking up as well, you know. So which is very interesting. That will really sums up what's coming and what's happening, like the 21st, okay? So it's called we understand now, it's called the Great Conjunction, where Saturn and Jupiter comes together. Okay, so it is energetically, it's huge. And the portal is opening from the 12th of December all the way to the 21st. So from the 12th to the 21st, what you need to do is that you need to get yourself, inner self, prepared. Okay? Be prepared as in discharged any low vibe energy that is within you. Discharge and let go of anything that you should release from your life now. And be ready to be at a receiving end on the 21st when this portal opens. Okay? If you're expecting for a huge change in your life, okay, which I am so excited. I know for, ask me how I know, I don't know how I know it. But I know it is the end of a 10-year cycle for me. I had a 10-year cycle, which I wasn't aware about, okay? But I just keep feeling it, and two person actually mentioned to me now, you know, I'm at the end of the 10-year cycle. But even before they mentioned to me, I could feel it, that there's something very transformational is coming for me. Within, you know, emotion-wise, my spirituality-wise, it just comes together. I could feel it so strongly, okay? So I do encourage all of us to come with such mentality as well. Be excited, okay? Excitement, happiness is all at a high vibration. So we always want to be at high vibration so that you can manifest things in your life that you want, okay? And most importantly, when you do manifestation, right, don't have an expectation of the outcome that you are looking for. So rather, when you are doing manifestation, be in the emotion, the energy emotion that it has already happened. Okay, so it's more of like your future self telling or speaking, thanking the universe. Okay, so we are in a different, you know, that is actually a different universe kind of thing. All right. So you need to think like your future self. So for example, if you want to manifest, I think lots of people do that, money or love, right? So for money wise, right, instead of telling universe, universe, can you please give me $10,000? So instead of saying that, you got to say in a way that you have already received it. So you got to thank the universe for the $10,000 that is in your bank, okay? And don't go and check on the bank every single day. Just feel and believe that it has happened, you know, and things will just keep coming, all right? So very importantly, we must make sure that we keep at a high vibration. I emphasize this over and over and over and over again, okay? Actually, right, and also like for the coming weeks, what we want to do is to share a little bit more about identifying who you are. For example, earlier I mentioned about empath, okay? And how do you cope as an empath in this society, okay? It is not easy, but it is possible. And also when empath, let's say you meet a narcissist, okay? How do you handle? Do you flee or do you charge? Okay, so what do you do? Because you must understand that as an empath, right, we are really super sensitive to energy. It is really very tough. I tell you, I really had the hardest time initially. So much so that, right, can you believe that when I identify that I'm an empath and light worker and all this emotion, right, it all comes together. So much so that it was like spirituality, emotion, all comes in. And to the point that when there was one particular day, I remember, it was so real to me, you know. I actually saw on my Facebook, right, on the feed, that my friend's mom passed away, okay? And when I read the post, it was immediately I felt grief. And the grief was so deep, that it was almost like I was there at the funeral. Really very, very sad, you know. And so much so that day, that was like a couple of months ago, I actually shut myself from, I just went into hermit mode, basically. Really went into hermit mode. and was so sad, like as if someone in my family passed away. It was so bad, you know. Then the next day, I talked to Crystal. I even didn't talk to Crystal the whole day, you know. So the next day, right, I just felt that I don't think this should be the way. Though yes, I do feel empathetic towards the situation, but I can't be going through this kind of emotion every time I see something, right? So there must be something else that I can do. So that's when I started to do white light protection on myself and to cover myself wherever I go. So before I step out of the house, I will start to do this white light protection so that, you know, and specifically on emotion, that it will not be able, here, let me welcome someone back. Hello. So I was talking about white light protection on energy. Like for empath, right? She's an empath as well. When you know that when you watch something, you look at children, you look at dog, you look at whatever, your heart just starts to feel this kind of ickiness, and then your tears start rolling.
Yeah, and I always blame myself as a crybaby.
Yeah. So, and right now, right, I do something very differently, which is that I tap onto the divine energy. Okay? Especially so that because I channel energy, I channel messages, okay, a lot. It can be human, it can be spirits, okay. And if I use my own energy, right, at the end of the day, I'm in bed for the whole day, till the next day, till I recharged. And even if I want to try to meditate, right, I do not have the physical energy to get up to meditate. It would be that bad. But ever since I started to channel and say that I am tapping into the divine energy only and not my energy, I block my energy, right? There's a huge difference, seriously huge difference. I never had to cripple myself in bed anymore, you know. So I could just get my day on, still doing what I need to do, and not feeling a bit of drain in energy at all. Yeah. So we are all waiting for you to share 2 experiences.
Okay.
So one is that, yeah. So one is the ringing sound in your ear, which you went to see doctor. And you couldn't find out, right? So could you tell us how long that ringing sound went on?
Okay, it just happened very suddenly. That was like, I think 5, 6 years ago. Yeah. So it just happened very suddenly. I have a dizzy spell, and just all of a sudden I just feel that my right ear is blocked. And then I start to hear like this noisy sound, like a sound. Yeah. So then I just felt something's wrong, and I went to see a ear specialist, and apparently they couldn't find anything wrong with my ear. So I had to, I have to
live with it.
Live with it.
Do you remember I told you that then suddenly one day I told you that your planet is
trying to connect to me?
Yeah, and she's like, what?
Yeah. So it happens, I think, 3 weeks ago, few weeks ago.
And no,
yeah.
there's one more. You sent an audio to me. You sent an audio, and then there was an interruption.
Oh, so I was just trying to test whether I'm really able to receive signals from my galactic family. So I just stay in a very quiet room, and I turn on the recorder just to record my surrounding. And I think in a very quick...
You were channeling, right? You were trying to connect, right?
So I mean, after that I did a playback, and I did hear like a very slight beep sound. Yeah.
I couldn't hear it. Can you believe it? When she sent it to me initially, I really couldn't hear it. I said that there isn't any beep sound. And she told me, you play back again, you play back again. There is. So I think I played back a couple of times. No. So only when I came over when I met her, and she did the playback, and I heard a beep sound. And I was like, this is insane.
It's like, I mean, the sound is like when there is some frequency trying to disrupt your radio. You know, that kind of static sound. Yeah.
That's like a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah.
Tell us the recent one. The recent one is really...
Okay, well, so as usual, every night before I sleep, I will try to communicate to the universe by giving, gratitude to everything that is happening in my life. And so I remember that particular night, I just wonder, like, if I am a starseed, which planet I'm from. So I was asking, like, could you like give me some signs, or something that can give me some answer. And I went to bed. So I was like sleeping halfway, and I remember that I was trying to toss over to the other side, and I was conscious. I mean, although I'm still in a sleeping position, but my mind is conscious. I know that I'm tossing to the other side. And so while I was tossing to my right side, and I could feel that my right ear starts to block. Yeah, and I could hear the ringing sound again. And immediately after that, I couldn't move. I could feel there is some presence around me, but I just don't know what is it. But I was trying to, wake up and just to figure out what's going on, and I couldn't. And it felt like sleep paralysis. And but I know that throughout the whole time, my mind is conscious. And when you're having sleep paralysis, you shouldn't. I mean, it wouldn't happen like so fast, right? And it just happened too fast for me. Yeah. So I was like struggling, trying to wake up, trying to open my eyes, and I couldn't. And the moment when I tried to open my eyes very slightly, and the moment I shut my eyes, guess what I saw? Okay, I saw like a very bright grayish kind of like a spacecraft thing in front of me, and there is like a being with a very big head. And the funny thing is, his first greeting to me is "Hello, sister," and start to gibble some like a light language kind of stuff. I couldn't understand what he was trying to say, but I can understand internally that he is trying to tell me to relax, okay, stay calm, okay, I'm going to bring you somewhere to get you the answer that you want. But I was like scared to the max. I'm like, what's going on? I couldn't move, and it just happened too sudden for me. And the moment when I was struggling, and I finally able to wake up, and yeah, I woke up and I opened my eyes, and there was nothing in front of me. Yeah. So I was wondering, like, if I'm being conscious all the time, and like, what's going on? So that kind of echo her message to me, is that my planet is trying to connect to me. And yeah, I guess it did.
Yeah.
And the next night, I sort of have a similar situation, but not I don't know. I don't know whether I'm still in my dream state or what, but I could sort of like visual something again. And yeah.
Basically, because you ask, right? You ask the universe, right? That
So,
you
okay,
want
the scariest thing is be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she asked to connect. She asked where is she from, which planet she's from. And now having to say that, right, I remember I sent you a video just like, I think 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Specifically on the Starseed planet, which you will be from. And she took a look, and she was able to specify, I know this place. So look, she wanted to know which planet she was from. And her brother told her, right, that she will find out the answer that she wants. You see, it just, because we are so much of a social media society now. So believe it or not, right, a lot of things comes through. It could be social media form, like what we are doing now as well. You don't need to be right in front of you physically, but energetically, we are still connected, and we are also still sharing a message. And most importantly, what we are sharing, right, is not so much on, just doing some theory, some research, full stop. No. It is really very much on our own experience, what we feel, what we went through, and then how we handle it. you know, the real us, the real so-called the fear. I think I think if I'm her, right, I would also probably feel the same. That what's going on, man? You know, you suddenly start seeing all these things. Like for me, my experience, it would be something very uncomfortable for her. But I've gotten myself very, very used to, very, very used to the presence of spirits around me. You know, so yeah, I think that would be a topic that we can share next time.
Yeah.
So I would actually, I don't know, this year is, the rest of the year, right, is very interesting for our sharing because, like we said, how much deviated we are from our initial planning of what are the topics that we're going to share throughout to the year. We have never really thought of, intended that we will come into such spiritual topic this fast.
Yeah.
But like it or not,
naturally.
yes, the universe has led us. So we were also like contemplating, are you sure that we want to share something this spiritual? How would our friends view us? Because a lot of our own friends, personal friends, didn't think that we are very sound in mind now.
So I can imagine if they are watching this video, they might be thinking, what the hell is going on?
But you see, that's what I was like sharing with her, right? You know, because where we are now, we need to vibrate at that level. So people who do not vibrate at the same vibration as us, probably, I mean, they will drift, they will just part naturally. So let this natural thing take place, okay? And then we will always find someone else at a higher level energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always stay in a high vibration.
Don't be afraid to let go.
This is so important.
Don't be afraid to let go. Seriously, even though, like, you know, be friends that you know, like, since childhood, you know, like 30, 40 years, don't feel like such a pain to let go. You know, it's such a friendship.
They are not serving you well
Yeah.
in terms of like spiritual or your personal growth, then it's time to say bye.
Because you must understand that wherever we are and whatever we are doing now, right, it is really 3D.
Wow.
And for 3D, we can only maintain like what, 80 years? You know, what is 80 years as compared to eternity?
Yeah.
As compared to soul time? We are talking about soul time. Go and look for your soul family. Really, she's my soul family. Okay, it was just kind of like, I don't even know how we should describe this, because we have shared this before. You know, we were not really like we were just acquaintance kind of thing, because we're
not even close friends.
Yeah, we were just in a same business group together doing beauty products, you know. So then so-called the first time that we met was more of like a group setting. So it's a hi-bye kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we don't talk for months. Okay. Then, you know, as you go to all this kind of networking, right? Then people start to add each other for as you know, Facebook friend. And then one day she just typed something, and then I could feel it immediately.
That was my dark night.
Yeah, I felt it immediately. There's something. And I don't even, even then I wasn't awakened yet, okay? I wasn't awakened. I was a scary person, trust me. Things that I advised, it was scary. It was like dark. As in, I would
She's
ask
like
you
the
to
most
cut off people. Cut it
aggressive
off. Yeah. I would really ask you to cut the person off and leave no trail for the person to trace you in your life. You know, that kind of person I was. I'm really a totally changed person. So many people could see that, okay? So, and it was good. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're not awakened and you can't connect with your soul family. The universe set footprint for us at every phase of your life. It would start right from when you were just a fetus in your mother's womb. The footprint has already been set. So throughout your whole life, if you look at it, right, all this thing happened is to prepare you for now.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, so for us, it was just simply that message, and then I text her, oh, why not we just catch up for coffee, and that's it. Then it was like kind of left like that, and then I left that one of the group chats, okay, that we were in. So she took the initiative to text me again, and it's like, hey, are you all right? You know, why do you leave the group chat? And that was then, and then we're like, okay, nothing much, you know. Then I was like setting up a business with another friend, and I thought of dropping her in because she's social media expert, right? So that was it. And then we start to feel a bit more different. And then she was the one who helped me with my awakening journey. Like it or not, okay? She don't recognize
That's what
that.
Starseeds do.
Correct. That's what Starseed do. And she didn't recognize that. And I told her, look, I'm really one of those missions that you had, you know. And she was like, how did you ascend so fast? Yes, my ascension is scary fast. To the point that sometimes I really wonder, whoa, what else?
Yeah.
And I could feel something else is coming. I am in preparation for something else bigger again, you know. So the ascension that I'm facing is like maybe every 2 months, there's something else coming. Because I'm just an old soul. I'm just an old lady. If you're an old soul, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Things connect really fast. So that was it. So I'm one of her awakening soul that she brought
Successfully
yes,
awakened.
Yeah.
Without me knowing.
Don't underestimate what you can do. Okay, the most important thing is just be open in your heart to let yourself be a vessel. Okay, we are all here for a purpose. No one here is here just to be air. Okay. Of course, you know, I also read that, you know, there are some who are here just as human. Okay. Even if you're just as human, your purpose is to help the other ascended beings to ascend to the next level.
Yeah.
While you, as a human,
remain as human.
You will start to gradually start to move and
Believe in
ascend.
yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
You're so right, Aaron.
I really got to join us every week, man. Really love the interaction with you.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so that's our Starseed sister here, and she was telling me that I could be a Starseed as well. And no, I'm not a Starseed. I could feel it. I'm not a Starseed, but I am so sure that I'm from the celestial planet. I just have a very strong feeling.
One of the dust.
Yes, I'm the dust.
Slightly smaller, but that's what stars made out of dust. So
Yeah, but you are like a
Same
you
thing,
are,
but
no, but you
I'm
are
a bigger.
Yes, you are a very, very focused energy. Okay, very illumination kind of thing. Whereas for us, right, we're just going to do the work, you know. But even if you're a light worker, you know, because you're a light worker, you know, you have a lot of things to do. Don't complain. Be so thankful. I am so freaking thankful that I'm a light worker. And there every day, right, there will be something for me to do. And I'm just happy. Like today, I sneak into a house because there's something for me to do. You know? Yeah. So, and
Okay.
I really like to share my view as well. There's so many things, and I'm supposed to document it like a blog. But I'm just asking universe, give me a little bit more time. Yeah, let me just talk to the 3D self first. That put that ego or whatever down. Don't bother how people see you, and just document it. Because once it's done, right? I mean, it's going to benefit a lot of people. Okay, so basically, I'm talking about a few things: soulmate, twin flame, awakening, psychic ability.
So please
Stay
subscribe,
tuned.
follow us so that you can get all these updates from.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's also how we handled, how we went through Dark Night of the Soul.
Yeah.
And these are all the very, very interesting things that we want to share.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So stay high vibe and always be happy, be positive, and be the light that radiates. You know, to radiate positivity into somebody's life. Okay?
I'm going to say this thing to you. Let me find it first. Hold on. That's my unicorn. Ta-da! Unicorn aura. Yes, I'm going to send you some unicorn aura and unicorn dust. If you know what I mean. Send unicorn does. Okay. All right. Please visit our stall. So we have put in a lot of effort to set up all these stalls for you, because we are actually, putting all this thing on sales now. Okay.
Yeah.
So do support us, and also for your vibration. All right. Thank you so much. So look forward to our videos more often. And also we promise that we are going to start off another program rolling, which is being real. So it's just a couple of minutes of our sharing on weekly basis individually.
Yep.
And also we are also going to put up some simple and short meditation as well. We're going to start a group meditation, especially for the 21st. All right.
Yep.
So sending you all the love and all the light. Bye.
Bye-bye. Come back next week, okay?
Yes.
Bye.